she has gotten significantly bigger. Stephanie White has confirmed it. Stephanie White has gone out here and confirmed that Caitlin Clark has been bulking up. Like, that she's bulked up as a player and that she's no longer, like, skinny and weak.
She has noticeably bulked up, and Stephanie White has confirmed it. White has come forward and verified that Caitlin Clark has been putting in serious work in the gym. She's transformed her physique. She's no longer just a lean and skilled shooter. Caitlin Clark has just sent shockwaves through the WNBA, and it's not only because of her ridiculous shooting range.
Diana said it best. This kid's in for a rude awakening. And they all jumped over her, but they didn't read the whole thing that she said. But nobody's printing. You know, Diana Taurasi was right. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie. And if you're a WNBA player, if you're any kind of player, you're going to say, I'm going to make a statement.
She's been grinding, building strength, and now she looks stronger, more explosive, and more dominant than ever before. And guess who's looking a little foolish right now? That's right, Geno Auriemma.
All right, guys, we're starting a little TikTok weight room vlog. We're going to show you what we do.
Get the butt down.
Okay, speed. Okay, speed.
Wait, just before it.
Oh, she is strong. All right, guys, that's our lift. We are strong. Okay, we're actually strong.
Remember when he confidently suggested that she wouldn't be able to handle the WNBA's physicality? Yeah, about that. And Diana Taurasi put it plainly. This kid was in for a rude awakening. Everyone jumped on her comments but failed to read the full context. Taurasi wasn't wrong. Clark was in for a challenge.
Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
Critics said she was on the wrong team, had the wrong skill set, and wouldn't be able to withstand the league's physicality. And as a rookie, it was expected that players would test her limits.
I gotta ask you a basketball question.
Yeah.
I know that you work really hard in the off-season. You said yesterday you're always trying to get better. What's the thing that you're working on in this off-season?
I think, honestly, besides the actual basketball skill part of it, I think getting stronger, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm in the weight room a lot, just building that strength. Obviously, it was hard going right from the college season to the professional season. You don't get to spend a lot of time in the weight room. So that's what I've tried to focus on the most here. And then obviously, a lot of things on the court. I'm always wanting to get better, and that's kind of what drives me, and I love it. I love getting to do it, and I feel very fortunate that it's my job.
So, how did this transformation happen? And what does it mean for the league? Let's break it down. How Clark went from being a target for cheap shots to an absolute powerhouse, and why defenders across the WNBA are now feeling a whole lot more nervous.
Every time you're seeing Caitlin Clark out, it's like, okay, she's not as skinny as she was. And this is someone who, like, that's something that she really needs to, that's something she really needs to.
Let's rewind to Clark's rookie season. She was phenomenal. No doubt, but she took some serious hits. Defenders saw the league's newest superstar and made sure she didn't get a smooth transition. And by welcome committee,
it was like, one, is Caitlin Clark stronger, or do you expect her to get stronger? And two, like, what's realistic, like, in terms of from a great first year to now second year in the league where, you know, it's not as new anymore, right? And you sort of know how the league plays, if nothing else.
Yes, she is stronger, first and foremost. And again, she's got a lot of self-awareness. And, she figured that out, right away. Like, I need to get stronger. I can't get knocked around as much.
I mean, constant shoves, trips, elbows, and body checks at every opportunity. She even admitted, I feel like I'm getting hammered. You saw it. Dejonai Carrington, Kennedy Carter, Angel Reese. They treated her like a crash test dummy, thinking they could rattle her with relentless physicality. Their game plan.
Not that she was, like, too weak to be in the W, but, like, she was too weak to be, like, an imposing presence in the W like she was in college, because she could be physically dominated. And then, obviously, we have seen throughout the offseason, we have seen, like, some of the
make Clark miserable. They assumed she was too lean, too inexperienced, and that the WNBA's physicality would break her down. For a moment, even some analysts started wondering, could she withstand it?
Clark just dropped her daily off-season workout, and it's absolute.
This is why the WNBA was in big trouble.
Would she become another college superstar who struggled at the pro level? Spoiler alert, Caitlin Clark isn't built like the rest. Clark didn't just take the hits, she took notes. She saw exactly how defenders tried to break her, and instead of backing down, she did what all the greats do. She adapted.
Geno, baby, if Caitlin Clark is on the team, it becomes the right team. Because Caitlin Clark is on it. It's like saying Michael Jordan's not on the right team. It's the right team if Michael Jordan is on the roster.
This offseason, she didn't just train. She went to war in the weight room. The days of her getting bullied? Over. The days of defenders thinking they can push her around? Done. Every time you see Caitlin Clark now, she's visibly stronger, and that's exactly what she needed to do. Now, she's built like a tank. Her coach, Stephanie White, has already pointed out the transformation.
I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and to continue to get in the gym and work on that every single day.
Clark isn't just stronger, she's faster, more durable, and tougher than ever. And let's be real, if she was already dropping 30-point games while getting knocked to the floor, imagine what she's about to do now. Yes, she is noticeably stronger, and she knows it. She figured out right away that she needed to get stronger to avoid getting knocked around as much.
Somebody said the league is not ready for Caitlin. 3.0 MVP is hers. Yes, go. Fever admin, I love you. Caitlin put some weight on, bro. She definitely got in the weight room. And, like, I don't think Caitlin put weight on. I think Caitlin put a lot of muscle on. I think that's what the biggest difference is that we're seeing out of Caitlin. You know, going into this upcoming season, I think Caitlin put a bunch of muscle on, and it shows. It shows within her, you know, her body frame. It shows that her arms is bigger and her thighs is way wider. She definitely put some muscle.
Now, her arms look like they could swat defenders away. Her core strength is rock solid, and her ability to absorb contact has completely changed. Clark didn't just put on muscle.
So Caitlin Clark in college was not the strongest player in the world. Like, she was somebody that wasn't weak by any means, but we saw when it came to the WNBA that she was kind of, she wasn't able to really assert herself physically.
She re-engineered herself into a more formidable version of what she already was. And the WNBA, they are absolutely not ready for this. Last season, players fouled her, knocked her down, and trash-talked her, as if they had actually stopped her. But now they have to deal with a version of Caitlin Clark that's not just stronger and faster, but also more locked in than ever.
Done a great job of getting in the weight room and really focusing on her areas that she needs to focus on in terms of strength, in terms of, low center of gravity, time under tension, like all of those things. I think the next step is efficiency, right? Like, not so many turnovers.
Geno Auriemma once questioned if she could handle the WNBA's physicality. Well, Geno, what's your excuse now? Because Clark just became a monster, and the league is about to feel every bit of it. Clark's transformation has flipped the script. Last season, defenders thought they could rough her up, knock her off, balance, and disrupt her game. But this time, she's the one delivering the contact. She's no longer being pushed around. She's creating space on her own terms.
I genuinely think that Caitlin Clark had quite a lot of flaws, but so is still, even with flaws, she was that good that if she can figure out those flaws, she's going to be the best player ever. That's the reality of the situation. And one of them was that she was very skilled.
She's not just a perimeter shooter anymore. She's taking defenders into the paint, bodying them up, and forcing them to respect every inch of the court. And the best part? There's absolutely nothing they can do about it. Clark has always been one of the most dangerous offensive threats in the league. But now she's added a post-up game.
Stephanie White knows what she's talking about, and confirming Caitlin Clark is stronger is going to help a lot, because we saw after Olympic break when Caitlin Clark got stronger that she was posting up guards. Like, she doesn't have very many post moves, but that double bang with her left shoulder into the turnaround layup floater thingies off the backboard, it worked really well. And like, we saw her taking some bigger guards in the post.
Imagine Caitlin Clark backing down a defender, using her newfound strength to muscle them under the basket before either finishing with ease or dishing to an open shooter. This isn't just a minor adjustment, it's a complete nightmare for every team in the league, because now there is no single way to stop her. The entire WNBA is now on high alert. Clark isn't just returning for another season, she's coming back as a completely different beast. The defenders who thought they had her figured out, they're about to get humbled, and fast.
Able to play a little bit in the post and able to shoot over people, that it becomes really difficult to put, for example, to put somebody like a Jordan Cannon.
This isn't just about dominating next season. It's about cementing her place as a generational talent in the WNBA for years to come. This isn't just an off-season tune-up. This is the type of transformation that separates great players from all-time legends. And let's be honest, Clark is playing the long game. The real question now is, can she translate all that new strength into game-time dominance? The answer? Absolutely. Clark hasn't just bulked up, she's evolved. The Caitlin Clark the defenders faced last season?
So, she's going to have that in her arsenal, and it's going to make her harder to defend. It's going to make her way, way harder to defend because, if you can't bully her, it means that the Dejanay hand check through three-quarter court isn't going to be...
She's gone. In her place is a player with a completely new dimension to her game, one that's going to force every team to rethink how they guard her. Last year, her speed, elite shooting, and jaw-dropping passing defined her playstyle. That hasn't changed, but now she's added power moves that will make her unguardable.
You guys saw this workout. This workout has gotten a lot of people excited for Caitlin Clark because she is like directly working on her weaknesses, which I think is a good look. Honestly, I think that's a really, really good look for her because, again, when we're seeing somebody working on their weaknesses and not the glamorous weak.
Clark's transformation isn't just impressive; it's a game changer. She was already a scoring machine, but now she's added a level of physicality that makes her nearly unstoppable. It's like taking a high-performance sports car and strapping a jet engine onto it. Defenders who used to push her around, those days are over. Now she's the one setting the tone and making defenders rethink their entire approach. And if you think her new strength is just going to make her more dangerous offensively, think again. Clark is now holding her own defensively too. She's stronger, quicker, and more disciplined. She's no longer a player you can exploit. She's becoming a two-way threat. Some analysts are already predicting she could put up 25 points and 15 assists per game. Let that sink in. That's not just good, that's legendary. If Clark even comes close to those numbers, we might be witnessing the first player in WNBA history to average a double-double in points and assists for a full season. Caitlin Clark's evolution isn't just about scoring. It's unlocking an entirely new level of playmaking. She's keeping defenders at bay, maintaining tight control under pressure, and carving out passing lanes that didn't exist before. Last season, defenders thought they had the answer for Clark. But this season, the game has completely changed. Caitlin Clark is stronger, more skilled, and playing at a whole different level. And the rest of the WNBA? They have no idea what's about to hit them.